It is based on Bangor very loosely, though.
What city, David?
Bangor. That's how they call it.
Bangor.
Bangor. I used to call it Bangor, and they call it Bangor.
They're going to love when I inevitably do my Pet Cemetery voice.
That is better.
They're going to love it. They're going to love it because I'm going to overdo that a lot, I feel like.
We are Squawking Dead, a podcast pulverizing programs beyond the Walking Dead universe. Sometimes we give you news, sometimes we make you laugh. Most times, we go deep. See, it's ordinary.
Oh,
I'm your host, David Cameo, and I'm joined by...
Me! Cosmo Mom 09.
Okay. I'm Bridget. No one cares. You can find me at no one cares.
You can find me at na@gmail.com. Where all my trash mail goes.
I'm Rob at Rob Stuff and Things. You find me on TikTok.
Well, what are we here to talk to you about? Well, it happens to be Welcome to Derry, the title of this series, which we're calling Squawking Derry.
I like
behind the scenes Discord.
It's not the title you came up with, Dave.
No, it's not. Not at all. Dead. What did I call it?
Dead.
There were two
Welcome
versions.
to Squawking.
Squawking. It still tickles me.
It was idiotic.
Or Squawking to Derry, which was it was all right. Squawking to Derry. Like we're just squawking all the way to Derry like little ducks. Like I don't know
It's
why this
bad.
is little ducks.
Also, they quack, so like it's not even accurate.
No.
But
Yeah.
okay.
God forbid they quack.
But okay.
They squawk.
Anyway,
Yeah, Dave's got bird blindness.
yeah.
I just can't see birds. I can't hear them either. I'm literally crying right now. We do have a little bit of housekeeping. We added a design to our nouveau merch store at squawkingdead.com. Hit the main menu, choose buy merch, and you choose the new merch sign, and you will be presented with one of our collections, which is the Kirk Manley comic book art collection, of which it has the same things as the other collections, aside from a couple more things, which are matte posters, 2 stretch canvas prints. One is a thick canvas, one is a thin canvas, as well as a framed matte poster art, which costs a little extra because they do the framing for you. And there are 3 types of frames you can choose from. I highly recommend you at least check them out because there are 2 types of designs. The embroidered design shows up on quite a few things because the regular print design, it's okay, but doesn't work with everything. And that is really cool because it's just us. It's just Sharondy, Rachel, Dave, and Bridget, and the Squawking Dead logo that Kirk had made on several embroidered designs, especially the hats. I have a lot of energy, and I think all of you do too, because if you saw what we saw, I think I'm pretty excited to talk about this goddamn thing. Aren't you? You're pretty psyched to talk. Rachel's more excited than anybody.
Let's start with the title name. It's called Pilot. What do you think?
What do you think the title has to do with this episode? I mean,
There was a pilot.
There was a
Yeah.
pilot.
Exactly.
Mr. Leroy, Major Leroy
Major.
Hamlin. So get it right, Dave.
Yeah.
I didn't get it at first. I thought, oh, it's the pilot. I'm busy trying to get this all done before we got on here. I'm like, oh, it's the pilot. Obviously, it's a pilot. Okay, fine. It's the pilot.
It was just a
Of the
bad
series.
joke, Dave. It's just a bad joke that I had.
And then, like, that's what they're doing. The copy editor is like, you get it?
Yeah, exactly.
You get to the
it?
end of the
You
episode,
get
you're
it?
not laughing. Joke's on you, audience. We killed half of the people, allegedly. We don't know for sure. We killed half the people you
Oh,
grew to
they're
love
dead.
on this episode alone.
Oh, they're dead. I didn't love them. They're all right.
What? Well, let's talk
My
about
You
that
have
for
to
a
learn
minute.
On
to
the
let
floor.
go. If you're in the Stephen King universe, you got to let your feelings go about these people, Dave.
It's not
Because
like
you're
we
going to be
learned
hurt.
that on the Walking Dead universe.
This is worse.
The
Yeah.
photo with all the grayed out people by the end of it.
King is worse.
Yeah.
Dad is better?
Yeah. Before we get into this, I have a question. Do you like old It or new It better?
Is that even
Great
a
question to ask the audience.
I feel like we got to talk about it.
I like the new movies better because it appeals to me more, but I like Tim Curry more. It's a give and
That's
take.
a fair take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
But there might be nostalgia talking, but I just like the Tim Curry and everything he does, really.
Facts.
I've actually been wanting to watch Rocky Horror lately. So
He had a moment for 20 years. Basically. 70s to 90s. It's the old series. I don't care about the new. I do. It's great, but it's like nostalgia porn. I'm affected by it, the virus, unfortunately.
I mean, TV miniseries, of course. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that was my childhood right there. Every weekend, Family Video, rented it.
Okay.
Really?
All right.
Hands down. Wow. Oh, absolutely.
That's horrifying.
John Ritter? Hello.
I mean,
that's horrifying, but okay.
I've grown to like...
It's John Ritter's in it,
Yeah. The miniseries, like I grew up with it with my dad and we would watch it, but I was terrified of it until I was like 12, 13. And that's when I started to love it.
Oh, yeah.
You're about the same age as my cousins. We made them watch it, too. It
scarred me for life.
It terrified me. I mean, this is where my fear of clowns stems from.
Yeah, mine too.
I was one of those weird kids. I loved being scared.
I hated being scared.
And if I could invite my friends over and scare them, even better.
Okay. I have a soft spot for old Stephen King media. I don't care what anyone has to say about this because you're wrong if you don't agree with me.
I know what she's going to say.
Maximum Overdrive is a perfect movie. I don't care what you say.
Well, come on,
you're
perfect?
wrong if you don't agree.
Right.
It's so good.
You went too far.
Okay.
It's not perfect.
It's perfect.
It's good. I mean, you can say come on.
It's perfect.
Come on, let's fight.
Okay, and Stephen King directed it and then he wasn't allowed to direct anymore. And I'm like, that's a travesty.
No, because if it's a perfect movie, you don't want to overdo it.
Well, that's true.
You don't overdrive it.
It's all downhill from there.
You made the Langoliers TV movie after that, and that is arguably way worse.
Bronson Pinchot.
And I love that.
No one's arguing that.
I loved Langoliers, but the ending was horrible. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot, especially for like really bad TV movie versions of it. I watched The Langoliers, loved it, talked about it for years afterwards. Even though it's horrible, I do enjoy it thoroughly.
That's a perfect movie.
To be honest, even the book was strange.
I loved The Shining, the TV one that came out in the late 90s.
My dad does.
With the kid,
that was great.
The mouth breather kid. His like mouth is upper open. I'm obsessed. It was so good. It was so good and so bad, but so creepy.
It was touching at points too.
And I was so easily scared as a kid, well into like my teen years. So anything like that, even though it was like made for TV, I was like terrified. That was my experience with horror movies because I refused to watch other ones until I got into high school. I watched it in high school. That was the first time I watched it. I was scared of clowns before that. I had seen clips from it or it had come on. My babysitters were very irresponsible because at one point here I am watching Scamper the Penguin and it turns off and Friday the 13th is on. And they're both passed out because they were drunk. And so
spoiler.
So I'm just sitting there crying, screaming, and no one cares.
I could just see it in my head.
Why I couldn't watch horror movies for a really long time. But while I love one of my favorite lines, I'll yell it at least once a week. This is battery acid. It kills me. It's Seth Green. It's perfection. Yeah. But the new ones did something to me. They are horrifying.
It skips the foreplay. It's like basically. Whereas the old TV miniseries was like all
kind of eased you in.
There's no levity to it. It's
so much buildup. And then like, was that what we're supposed to be scared? I mean,
no, exactly.
When you're a kid, it's like, it's scary.
Even Tim Curry talked about the end of the. He's like,
because it's goofy, and Seth Green's yelling, "This is battery acid," which is also ridiculous, and you can laugh about that. Acid, you creep. So like, those are funny things that you're like, that took me. Oh, thank God, took me out of it for a minute. Oh, I'm fine. My heart can calm down. Whereas the new ones, they're scary. And actually, Travis and I just rewatched them like a couple weeks ago. Not in preparation for this at all. Just happened
for funsies,
just for fun. They're good, even like watching them again, which
probably better
for new horror. Not really a thing, in my opinion. It's not rewatchable to me. We were just watching Scream. I can watch that movie every year and like notice new things.
I love that series.
This is like so good. But like new horror movies, it's like, okay, well, I watched it once. I'm like over it. I think I favor the new ones more. I think we're tied. I think it's 2-2.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of myself. Let me make that clear. I know the new ones are really, really good and more accurate to the books too. But tell me that The Goonies is a great movie, and I'll be like, well, I should be judging myself, but still also nostalgia porn. But then Empire Records, no,
nostalgia all day.
Falls apart.
I mean, I will defend a terrible 90s movie.
I don't usually is my problem. Is like I'll have two exceptions and then everything else is like I will slay my youth because I'm ashamed.
I'm not ashamed at all.
See, the thing is, the old miniseries to me, it wasn't bad actually. For a made-for-TV movie where you can only get away with so much Stephen King, it's what they didn't show that was scary. It was the old Jaws trick, basically, which worked. It worked tremendously. And then when they finally showed the thing at the end, the it, right?
That's when it kind of fell apart.
Right, which maybe they shouldn't have, but they only showed a little bit of it anyway. Whatever, props at the time.
They
who
tried.
knows? No
They tried.
CG.
They tried their best. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Okay, spoiler, guys. Spoiler.
Literally 30 years old.
Okay.
Right at the top here, I know the timelines are muffed up. Not even kinda. There is no fitting this together.
You're saying with the lore?
Yes. Like if you were comparing this series to the miniseries or the book, nothing is going to line up because the miniseries, the original timeline takes place in 1958. And then when they come back to Derry, it's 85. So none of this is going to track. So our original characters, we're watching them in 1958. And this takes place in 1962. So if we're going to sit here and be like, oh, Leroy Hanlon, clearly that was Mike's grandfather, that timeline isn't going to add up because Will, who we're going to meet in the next episode, I imagine, is what, 12, 13, however old. Obviously, Mike, who was born in 1946, is not his son.
So it's not patterned after the books. It's a spiritual predecessor to the movies because we have
the movies,
tons of nods
in it.
But a lot of nods to our characters that we know and love.
Right.
In the new movies, it takes place in 1985 and then present day in the sequel.
Yeah, in the 2000s.
So they took that same story and just moved it up in the timeline.
They did. So this timeline might fit better with the new movies.
Right. Yeah, it's the Stephen King cinematic universe.
The new movies, yeah, I watched them, but that's it. That's all they're getting. I'm done. They don't even register in my brain anymore.
But I think they have to now at this point, right?
Well, I think some of it's going to end up tying together.
It obviously is because Bill Skarsgård's already signed on.
Yeah.
Chapter 1 starts in late 1988.
88,
and finishes in 1989.
89. Mm-hmm.
And then
just like the miniseries.
Chapter 2 is 27 years later in 2016, because already it's been almost 10 years since the movies were released, which is, 2017 was the first movie. That's insane.
It came out in 2017?
Yeah, chapter 1
did. Takes place
the first chapter.
2017.
The first one,
also.
The second movie takes place in 2017.
2016.
Well, yeah, you're right.
2017 come out that same year, right?
No, 2017 came out.
No, the first one did.
The first one.
So it takes place when it was filmed.
Oh, okay.
And so we could just say present day, quote unquote.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize it was that old already.
Yeah, and they adjusted the timeline, obviously. Because we know Stephen King loves to write a story that takes place in the 50s or 60s.
Oh, yeah.
It's like his whole thing.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a timeless thing, too? It's like if a story can be adapted to modern day. I'm a legend. I mean, he is. So let's not take that away from him.
Stephen King can do whatever he wants.
Well,
I've read some horrible
everything.
books by him. Yeah. Oh, yes, he can.
Isn't that the point of the show? Is that everybody's getting away with things?
Yeah. I've read some terrible books he wrote.
Yeah. Not everything's a banger.
No.
Wait, you mean Bangor?
Yes.
Shut up.
I do, actually. Sorry. I mispronounced it.
Bangor. Yeah. Uh-huh. Great character building, a lot of show don't tell. The acting for kids was phenomenal. I thought they did fantastic.
Yeah.
I love these kid
They
actors. They did so good. Oh man.
And then that ending happened.
Yeah. Hit all those
I want to talk about
spots.
that,
but I love right in the opening, we get what you expect from Pennywise. He makes you see things. And although we don't see Pennywise himself, we see things that remind us of him.
I would fight back on that.
Why? How?
I've had this thought building about what this town is and why Derry. Because isn't the whole thing about Pennywise is that he went from town to town and doing the things?
Well, as a human, is that what you're saying?
Right. But then he settles in Derry. And well, obviously that's where his legend continues. But why does he settle in Derry? And is his death an accident? All this stuff. But why did he settle on Derry?
Because that's how it was written. Quit asking questions.
But why Derry? And then you start to realize that, oh, this place is delightfully evil. They have a veneer of, well, let's not look bad, but underneath the surface, everybody looks bad. And the few exceptions are the ones that try to take down Pennywise or die trying. Or die trying to live.
Okay, how are you arguing with my statement, though?
It's not Pennywise, it's the town. And that's a lot of Stephen King's writing. It's the people that are bad. The monster's just the badness manifest.
Okay, but that opening scene was 100% Pennywise. We see it in Ray's face. when his
Yeah.
eye drifts.
You also see it in Maddie's face in the theater.
Yeah.
His whole mouth becomes the buck teeth and everything too.
He gets the grin and yeah.
Ooh, the buck
That's
teeth.
true.
Ugh.
I guess what I'm saying is
I love
there's
how
a lot
they
of
show
awesomeness.
us Pennywise without showing
Oh,
us
yeah.
Pennywise.
Well, it
Beautiful.
in itself kind of causes that offness throughout the town
Yes.
because he's living underneath it and just kind of emulating out.
Mhm.
That cross-eyedness.
Yes.
Well,
Which
it's like
was
a
that?
drifting eye.
it's a
The
drifting
one eye
eye.
goes
Mhm.
out.
Was that a feature in the books too? Is that how he was written to be? Because I don't remember.
That
at this
was
rate.
something Bill Skarsgård did.
Well,
That's
Tim
his.
Curry had the
he
natural one.
Did that eye too? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just borrowed from. I thought that was like originally a Stephen King invention, but I wasn't sure actually.
Bill Skarsgård was talking about how Bill Hader was talking to him on the set of the second movie. He was like, did they do that eye thing with CGI? And he was like, oh, you mean this? And he just did it.
Mm-hmm.
So he can just do that.
Okay, I need to dwell on this for a minute because not this particularly, but that whole family.
The
The
Skarsgårds?
Skarsgårds, yeah, they have
yeah.
another one.
I know. It's
Oh,
insane.
right.
Stellan and all of
Alexander.
them, every single one of them, talented individuals. Have you seen Murderbot on Apple TV Plus?
No.
I
No.
would want to talk about that. It's insane.
Yeah.
No, but I've seen True Blood.
There you. Oh, she's like rewind, play, rewind, play. I get it. I've never seen it, but I know it. It's porn for millennials, basically.
It has such a good story.
Even I know.
I watch it for the storyline.
This is
You come for the
unnecessary.
world building, you stay for the pile driving.
What horny lady wrote
Ooh.
this? Gross.
Oh, right.
Thank you.
So grossed out by it.
All right, enough about the stars
Oh, was
guards. That's a tough one to say.
Scars
Stars
guards.
guards.
Skarsgårds.
Scars
Skarsgård.
guards. Scars. Oh, I can't say it.
Skarsgårds.
Oh, I'm like
Skarsgård.
Alcathar. I'm like El Alcathar. Rachel, I heard that over again. It was so funny.
What?
You just couldn't say it.
No,
El Alcalar. And I was like, whoa.
Alaklasar.
Ooh-shoo-boo.
Alcazar?
But I have a
Ala-
problem saying scars guards. And it's a scandal.
Get rid of the S on the end.
Yeah,
Skarsgård.
Well, it's the multiple is why I said
Oh,
scars
okay.
guards.
There you go. You got it.
Scars
I know.
Guardians.
Why is Charity not here? Well, similar to our From coverage. Once we got to season 3, and it was the second episode, I think, or maybe, it was the second episode
I
or the
don't know.
first.
She said she was done real quick.
Right, the end of that episode where
I think it was the first episode. She's like, I tried, guys.
somebody ends up getting torn up, and she was like, "I'm out. I just can't watch this terror porn." Basically,
So obviously
is
this
from now.
isn't going to be a good fit for her.
Not for her.
right,
Mm-mm.
right.
Absolutely
Well,
not.
we warned her, and she asked to be warned about what she may encounter in the series, and of course, there's that beginning scene or sequence.
I would argue
after
the
the
end
Capitol
was
Theater.
way worse.
Then the opening, yeah.
It's an
Yeah, I
argument,
think
for
for
sure.
her, the beginning would have been worse.
You think so?
Last was more implied.
They were
The
both
first one
bad.
was more
They were
in your
bad.
face.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
very,
true.
very much in your face.
Yeah.
All practical prosthetics until the baby was out, by the way.
Which is awesome.
Right, yeah, that was all CGI. So I'm like, whoa, did it really come out of her hoo-ha?
That was a fake
that's
body
weird.
double.
Can you imagine though? Like, okay, you're going to really work for this, okay? Your actual baby's going to come out. Whatever. Bridget, we'll have a live birthing on this
Oh.
podcast,
No.
and then we'll CG it into... Okay.
No.
Anyway.
Welcome
No,
to
thank you.
Squawking.
A point my wife had asked earlier in the day, because she watched the episode last night, she had fell asleep on Sunday, was that in the beginning, she was asking, was the whole family like possessed by Pennywise, or are they Pennywise? And I had to ask, I was like, he can kind of just make you see things and feel things and make things real. So they are him. Everyone in the car itself, like everything.
I'm going to let you guys handle this one because we've seen examples of what they could be too.
Yeah.
I'm with Rob
Right.
on this one. I think it's a complete. I don't know
Illusion.
if I want to call it a hallucination, because I think it's really happening to Maddie. But
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah,
It's all really
this
there.
is all
He's
a
building like
manifestation
an illusion
of
around him.
Pennywise. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's even more pointed out by the fact that, like, they went in a straight line away from Derry and didn't turn. All of a sudden, they're heading back into
Mhm.
Derry.
Right.
So
right.
cool. And we also know from the lore, so the movie, the book, that Pennywise will use the people who he's taken into his dead lights or whatever it is.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Take
the
on
family
their
could well have
persona.
been killed by him,
Had
basically.
been real and killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least the children.
You're right. That's exactly what I was thinking. As you
Yeah.
were saying, I was like, well, at least the children. and the parents are like this caricature version of what the kids are probably imagining them to be, or the harsh
Mhm.
version of them or whatnot.
The dead giveaway that all of them are Pennywise. Even just the interaction between the sister and the brother in the back seat, that like switch so quickly that she's like so angry. And then when her mom's like, be nice, she's like, I am being nice. Like, that's Pennywise.
When I want to be.
I knew the second she dipped her fingers in the liver.
Yeah, the liver blood.
Yeah.
Is super gross.
She picked up liver, and I was like, "Who just has
Who packed that?
a thing of liver?"
The liver out, and I'm like, ugh, that's a disgusting
That's raw
snack.
liver.
Well,
Yeah.
she took it out of someone, so,
Yeah.
Likely.
it's fresh.
And I love that they
Probably.
packed it and then also labeled it.
Yeah.
Pennywise
well,
is
you don't want to mislabel
he's an
your...
organized man.
He's like, I don't want to
It's
leave anything
very
to the
organized.
imagination. I want you to know exactly what's in this container.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. You're going to think I'm crazy, but I'll say it again because I'm going to repeat it over and over again. It's like the show don't tell part of this show, which is incredible. I think that to a degree, yes, of course it's Pennywise. It's creating illusion for Maddie to make him scared so that he can get captured by him, sure. But I think there's an element of this is how these people really were, which is why Pennywise is attracted to this, stays or exists or persists in Derry. They just showed this veneer of a family that was well-adjusted and normal and ordinary.
That's how every family is.
And I think that's the argument you can make for any part of this story. It doesn't matter what form of media you're watching or reading it in. The whole point of this is people do have a dark side or can have a dark side, and they're usually pretty good at hiding it. It's this whole cyclical thing where you're like, okay, well, what came first? The Pennywise or the fact that Derry is messed up?
Yes.
But Pennywise is under this city, literally seeping all of this evil into.
He's like,
The
nom,
town.
nom, 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 through the pipes.
So I don't think it really matters what started it.
fear.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Excuse me. That's the central question of this lore. I'm so engrossed in the notion that is it Pennywise or is it Derry? And I'm leaning more on the Derry scale, but I really want to know what you think. I mean, it's too early to tell for this series, but it is tied to the movies. So,
Oh, no, it's Pennywise, but
I'm inclined to say Derry came first and then sort of trapped Pennywise there. Obviously, this was a perfect spot for him, and now he feeds off the fear that he causes and creates.
Yeah.
And I say that because Derry is brought up in several other books of
That's true.
Kings, and it's not always about Pennywise.
No.
Sometimes it's only in reference to the city. Something terrible happened in Derry.
nuclear fallout.
a lot of horrible stuff has happened there.
Yeah, not always because of Pennywise. Yes,
It's
there
that
are
Derry
references
era, I
to
gotta
like,
tell you.
oh, did you hear about that crazy clown that the kids are seeing in Derry? That does come up in other books, but other times it's just, I read a book and someone's husband died in a car accident in Derry.
Doesn't it imply that like all the big disasters that happen every 27 years or so were caused by Pennywise doing what he does?
The
Or
excuse.
they just
Yeah.
didn't know that it was him?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And everybody forgets because
Yeah,
everybody
good.
wants to forget. That's
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
thing. The veneer. They have to keep up the appearances.
It's very much of the time.
That's true. I think it was probably, as Dave is saying, that extreme to the point where Pennywise was then feeding off of that and making it worse.
Absolutely.
That's it. That's it,
Yeah.
Rob. That's what I'm saying. It's like
Absolutely.
everybody, what you were saying, Bridget, everybody to a degree is like this, but
Yeah.
in Derry, it's like this constant in your face. The people there take it too far. Pennywise encourages it. And it's this hyper exaggeration of who we
Well-
really are, which again, I'm going to say this out loud so that you don't have to. This is very unlike me.
I know.
For someone who believes that people are inherently good in this town, everybody's inherently or encouraged to be their most worst self.
Well, King is pretty ham-fisted sometimes, and this is one of those. This is one of those moments.
But the show does it really, really well, even though it's repetitive.
I do have a brief list for you of like the big bad things that have happened in Derry.
In Derry?
Got it.
Oh, with the cover up?
So there's the Kitchener Ironworks explosion in 1906. It killed 102 people. There's obviously the child disappearances, obviously having to do with
Who
Pennywise.
cares? Right. Nobody does.
Other tragedies include the 1929 Bradley Gang Massacre, a 1930 fire at the Black Spot, quote unquote, Officers Club, and a 1962 event where a mutant baby was born.
Which is, yeah, there you go. Wow.
Okay.
Hence the theme.
Was the Ironworks explosion the one they described
Correct.
that happened on Easter?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it just that month?
They were at an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah. And a bunch of people
Mhm.
blew up and a kid's head ended up in a tree.
It's
and-
102 people, including 88 children.
Oh.
Hmm.
That's why it's Pennywise. He wanted all those children.
Was that in the show, the episode we just watched? Or was that in the
No,
book where it was technically 27 years prior to this, basically.
That was described in the first movie.
Oh, okay.
From
So then it
2017.
follows that time pushed
Yes.
back, forward timeline. Okay. So that would be like 27 years ago, right?
Yes, that would be before this series.
Or is that maybe?
It states it happened in 1906.
There you go.
Ah, okay.
So way before.
Yeah.
Stephen King cinematic universe.
When he kills Maddie in the car, like they didn't make it overtly like super graphic. They just, the hit happens and the binky flies out the window, which this poor kid just has an oral fixation and is like attached to his binky. Obviously he's bullied for that and stuff like that. That's why he was a target. And obviously he's shunned by his family or likes to run away from his home and stuff like that.
Or worse.
Well, yeah, because he's got the like 2 black eyes. So you're like, is this from school or is this from at home?
I got the
based
impression
on
it
what,
was from home.
I did too.
Because he just wanted to be anywhere but Derry.
Yeah. And I also thought the pacifier fixation was more of an arrested development symptom for Maddie. That was his comfort. That was his safe place. Kids at school, I'm sure they bullied him for it.
He knew well enough to like take it out. So I think probably he was keeping it hidden during the day, I would guess, at school, maybe like going to the bathroom to use it in moments of need. But when he's in the car, he waits until the last possible horrific second to put it in his mouth to like try to self-soothe, which makes it even worse. The kid actors in this are phenomenal because he has these facial expressions throughout that you're like, you can tell that he's nervous and that he's thinking about grabbing it, but he doesn't want to embarrass himself in front of these people he doesn't know.
That's it.
And it's all done through facial expression. There's no dialogue. I don't need to be hit over the head with a hammer to know that that's what's happening. He just does it with his face. And for a child, that's incredible.
And his body, he's climbing up the back of the seat too, a little bit.
As soon as he does self-soothe is when they all turn and decide that's when he dies.
And that's what killed him, was doing what everybody else does in this town. In this terrifying situation, I'm so afraid of looking bad that I'll hold back on the thing that I actually need the most currently.
Yeah.
Oof.
If we're talking about Maddie, we can stay on Maddie for a minute.
Sure.
I don't know if this was a deliberate thing. I don't know if he got direction on this. The character doesn't have a stutter. Quite a few times where while he was delivering his lines, sort of did.
Like mumbled-ish.
A little bit.
Kind of tripped over his words.
Yes, but to me, it sounded enough like a stutter that it reminded me of Bill.
Oh.
Right?
Denbro.
The writer.
Georgie's older brother, Bill,
right.
had a stutter in the miniseries. And I was like, ooh, I wonder if that was deliberate.
He has it in the movies too.
Okay.
It did.
I don't remember. I told you, I watched them and they're gone.
It did. Because when he comes back and he's an adult, when he's very nervous, and also because he's back in Derry, it starts to stutter again.
Okay.
Not super frequently, just like intense situations. All of a sudden, you'll hear him kind of start to stutter again, even though he had.
Who did Bill Hader play?
Tozier. Richie Tozier?
Richie?
Which I love the little mustache on Phil, which kind of reminded me of Richie Tozier in the miniseries.
Yeah, these characters had a little piece of all of these characters.
I think they're meant to kind of bring to recollection. Yeah, like exactly these similarities. They're being like the one girl in the beginning.
Like Maddie's stutter. Maddie can represent Georgie, who went missing. Bill with the stuttering.
Yeah.
And then what do they do at the end of the show, which is kind of like the subversion of expectations? It's like, oh, these kids are meant to take down.
Like, oh, they're going to be
villains. I was like, oh, these are the kids we're going to follow.
Because you forgot that that's not how this happens. Which is amazing.
They really hook you into loving these characters very quickly. And
hate it.
Do we know for sure that these two, that they're...
We don't.
Okay. Because I got to tell you, I really love Phil and Ted.
Phil and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Did we uncover a subplot?
Especially Phil. He brought such wonderful humor to this episode. I laughed every place I needed to in this episode.
Well, that's the interesting
Rachel
part.
Every single time.
And it's written very similarly to the new movies, obviously, because it's meant to tie in. But that style of writing with those like quick quips between the kids, we talk about the miniseries had such levity and the movies felt so much heavier. There are moments of levity in the movies. And you see it here in this series. It's already starting. These moments of levity where they kind of give you that like, I can breathe for a second.
Boobs.
Yeah, the pointy boobs, which was insane.
Tom.
Why is he wearing a mustache? Is she checking us out? What are you talking about? Like all these like really crazy, weird, like little goofy kind of lines. So it's the same style of writing and it does give you like a break, but the tension is so heavy otherwise that it doesn't even feel like you received that break. It's like a very fine line that they're kind of walking.
I love it, though. The more they can make us laugh, the more they can terrify us. The farther you go one direction, the farther you can go the other.
And in a sense, it goes a little bit meta because the whole theme of the show is what really happens beneath the surface is Pennywise, but also people's true self. And then they do the same thing with the characters themselves. They lull you into a distractive sleep until they give you the end of the episode. And it's like, what is this horror show that I forgot was actually what happened that I'm watching? Lily, by the way, first of all, you want to talk about child acting? She was the most impressive to me. Her look and her acting choices were just haunting. Even her trying to make the happy face in front of the mirror was, I mean, not creepy in the sense like, who's this creepy? I don't like it. No, it was creepy to watch her try, knowing full well that she's not okay, to borrow Bridgetism. And then all throughout, it's just this tragedy pour for her. And then the reward that you or she gets at the end of the episode is Susie's hand still in her hand as she was trying to save her.
Susie was a little interesting in that final scene. She didn't seem super scared when she was under the seats trying to get to Lily. She was like, hey, Lily, I'm over here. Like, she almost seemed like she thought it was a game.
Susie was terrified at MHO. I think Lily was kind of like...
She looked a little more calm.
Because, you know, she was still in her chair when this was all happening.
Yeah, well,
I'm talking about when they're under the chairs.
Susie looked like it almost seemed like it was over. I think it was intentional to give you the thought like, oh, okay, maybe this is over now. And then all of a sudden it's really not over at all. I just pulled up the actors because I wanted to keep all the kids straight. They don't have any other attributing roles that I'm aware of. But Teddy's last name is yours. I didn't put that together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's Stanley's uncle?
Yeah.
Because I'd imagine his brother is Stanley's dad.
See, I didn't assume all Jews were related.
In a small town, they would be. I'm so sorry. Mostly. We're 0.2% of the world's population. And people think we're everywhere.
And you're running everything, Dave. That's what I've heard. I wanted to ask, Dave, what was your take on like that interaction at home?
Oh, I took a lot away from that.
Okay, because as soon as it started, I was like, Dave's gonna have a lot to say about this.
Yeah, I was very excited for the lesson I knew we would receive this evening.
Well, and you wouldn't get too much out of it, but it does tell you what night it is. It is Friday night because it's Erev, the eve of Shabbat. So you know that's what's happening. You're getting into the weekend.
Well, now we do because you told us.
Exactly. They're doing the kiddush for bringing in the Shabbat dinner, which is the blessing on the wine and also the blessing on the bread.
Okay.
What you do to set the table for Shabbat. The thing they were missing in between, this guy's a rabbi. He should know better. He is. He's like,
he is a rabbi.
Rabbi Uris. Yeah. The thing they missed in between the blessing on the wine and the blessing on the bread was the washing of the hands before eating the bread. The blessing of the washing of the hands before eating the bread, which is very important, by the way.
Is that done at the table?
No, you have to do it at the sink with the pitcher.
They skipped it.
I know. That's what I was going to say afterwards. Okay. But bonus points. What you're supposed to do at the end of the meal is at the table, you do what's called mayim achoronim, which means it's the water to dip your hands in afterwards to wash your hands after the meal, which is said without a blessing.
Well, to be fair, we didn't see the end of the meal, so maybe they did.
Well, I think he was sent to his room without Shabbat dinner. So it seems like at that point.
No, he pointed at his bowl like,
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And which goes with the theme of this episode, which is, again, like, you made me mad. I yelled at you for your crying out for help, which is like a common theme with these kids. And then they pretend like nothing happened. That's crazy.
So I kind of want to talk about the question that Teddy asks his dad and the response that his dad gives him. And he talks about, we've seen real horrors. He was asking a real question about real life, but his dad was probably under the impression that it was something he read in a comic book, which is why he got so upset.
He doesn't clarify why he's asking.
Okay, because we know as viewers, but if his dad knew he was asking a legitimate question, like, could my friend be in the sewers right now? He may not have had that reaction because of all the horrible things that he has probably seen or heard about or knows that has happened.
Yeah. I think on top of that,
my own question.
What's really interesting about this dynamic too is that the kids, Teddy and Phil, they didn't hang out with Maddie.
They were paid to.
They were paid to.
Candy's not money, David.
Attend a birthday party.
I mean,
now Teddy is like eaten up by this later. He feels like he could have done more and maybe this wouldn't have happened had he actually tried to befriend him. And
just like Lily,
that guilt is eating away at him. Yeah. Same thing with Lily. But the honest part of it is like the parents are probably totally unfazed that this kid went missing. or is like ruled dead
The whole
because
town.
they're like, well, my kid didn't hang out with him, so it doesn't matter.
Right. That was that kid.
They don't think
well,
about
and it's
it.
not my kid.
And
Yeah.
so often, and this is what I mentioned in our Discord when Dave was like, should we cover the show? One of the things I said is that King does a really good job of really showcasing how little parents can sometimes pay attention or listen to their own children. Your kid's really going through something, but you're totally oblivious to it and you think he's just reading too many comic books. Because obviously Stephen King went through something like this in his childhood because he brings this up a lot. This is like a frequent theme in his writings.
The birth of latchkey kids, that whole era. Grew up behind a locked door without supervision. Same.
Yeah, so was I.
Child abandonment, effectively.
I'm younger than you guys, so like I shouldn't have been a latchkey kid. It was like no longer as frequent of a thing, but I definitely was because there just wasn't anybody to watch us.
Parents did not notice when certain things were going on in kids' lives. And now we have the opposite problem, don't we?
Oh, no, actually, Dave, what I was going to
We're
tell you,
hyper-focused on
what I
what
was going to
happens.
say is like from my
Because
own
they watched it or read it.
from my own personal experience dealing with
They went on Reddit?
families and parents, I see a lot of parents who are willing to kind of blow over things and say like, well, my kid's too young to know what that means, or my kid's too young to really feel that. And I've tried to tell them from like personal experience, trust me, they know what's happening and they're feeling it wholeheartedly. And whether or not they're going to be able to verbalize that in a couple years and retain that information doesn't matter because the damage will already be done.
They don't understand what they're feeling, but they're feeling it.
Precisely. And they don't
Yeah.
have the emotional wherewithal to process it on their own. So it can be even more damaging. And it can be something little for a kid if they don't have anything else to compare it to. Trauma is like very relative. It is very much still a theme in our world,
Yeah.
despite moving
they'll
away
get over it
from
theme.
latchkey.
Two concepts that are not mutually exclusive, but in some senses they are. They'll get over it, and also child abandonment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, they'll get over it. They'll be okay. Right? Those two things.
Mhm.
They'll be all right. Nah, it's fine. We have a system. It wasn't complete abandonment.
No, but there's still a lot of that mentality of like, just get up, rub some dirt in it, shake it off. There's very much that still exists.
I just find it funny the more we think about it, because the exact opposite thing isn't good either. Is that maybe, well, to a certain extent, humans are resilient, but in another extent, they're not.
There's a middle ground in there somewhere. You just gotta find it.
Right. They're not made of glass, but they can break. The coal isn't always going to turn into a diamond, folks. Sometimes it's a tumor that sits in your gut and then you get cancer and die.
All right.
Great parenting, folks.
Let's talk more about Major Leroy Hanlon and Paul Russo and what we maybe think is going on the adult side of this whole series. I don't think it's going to be quite as important as the kid storyline, but I don't know. I feel like it's got to tie together somehow, right? What the
I'd
adults
imagine
are
so.
dealing with.
Like, what would be the point in showing it if it didn't?
The impetus of the adult part of it is what the kids are going through as well, which is that theme of the Red Scare, the Cold War, and how they could get us at any time. The Russians with their new, well, no, it wasn't imagined. It was real, but it was the scare of them launching a nuclear attack and we doing the same. And Derry AFB being the tip of the spear, and the self-importance that's running through Derry Air Force Base currently.
Geographically, Maine is not near Russia.
You were corrected in this episode. They said you just fly over the Arctic and you're there in Russia.
Yeah, 7-hour flight that way. I was like,
Just
really?
over the North Pole into Moscow. That's right.
Okay.
Is that true? Let's
I
find out.
don't know. I was like, I don't know if that's correct, but okay.
Well, it is the way you would get there from Maine.
I mean, if we were in California, you could go the
You
other
go
direction
Alaska,
and hit.
you just, you know.
Or from Alaska. Alaska's very
Alaska's
close.
very close to Russia. That's why I was like, wait,
Yeah.
Maine's on the other side of the country. But yeah, I guess if you did fly over the North Pole, it would. I never really think about that because I'm looking at a map
it'd be
going
shorter if you
left to
went
right.
up.
That's the route I took to get to Japan in the summer. I mean, we went over the North Pole. It's easy.
Oh, that's so weird.
It is weird. Of course it's weird.
So weird.
You never think about that because you look at a map, you're going left to
Oh,
right.
it's left to right. Oh, guys.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Stupid.
can't
You're
get
so
down by
dumb.
going up. What? That doesn't make sense.
Oh, I can't even think. That's like sending me into a panic. I can't even think about that.
Well, for the longest time, the way they showed the world in olden times when we didn't know if it was round or flat, but we assumed a couple things, is they showed it from the point of view from the North Pole. That's the view that you
That's
got.
the center point.
Splayed out that way rather than left to right, everybody. Listen, I understand what you're saying, Rachel. It's like, but you just can't wrap your head around it because indoctrination.
No, I'm
Something
glad
I
you
don't
guys
like
were
to
here
think
to
about.
help my brain work that out. So I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
guys, the world is flat. Ooh.
I always think of the world as a risk board.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They did specifically talk about the special project.
Yeah.
They got to come back to that. I have zero theories, zero speculation. I have no idea. Maybe a missile. Okay, I'm going to dip my toe into a little Easter egg here. When the kids are on their bicycles on their way to the theater at the end, we see a couple of businesses in the background. One of those businesses was the Arrowhead Hotel. And I didn't know this, so I had to look it up. And I wanted to know what the correlation was between Arrowhead and the Stephen King universe. Turns out the Arrowhead Project.
Was it Dreamcatcher?
Nope. It was in
I love that movie.
The Mist.
It's terrible, but I love it.
And it was a portal that the military opened up, releasing the mist and these horrific creatures that ultimately killed people. We also saw Nan's Luncheon, but that was just a cute little nod. Nothing too serious.
2?
Castle Rock. Nan's Luncheon is someplace that just kind of pops up in the universe. Just sort of sprinkled. Nothing significant.
The
Just
Stephen
something
King
that pops
universe.
up.
Cinematic universe.
Yeah,
More
Castle Rock,
significant.
Needful Things.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But the Arrowhead Project I thought was fitting, especially considering on the Air Force Base they have a special project.
That we may or may not
Building.
actually know about, right?
Mhm.
And even then, what I was getting to earlier about, because even Phil points it out when he's at the, is it a lighthouse that their sort of obs deck is? Their kids' obs deck?
Yeah.
It's a lighthouse.
I
And you see the
I was
base of
calling
it.
it a lighthouse.
Yeah.
So.
Is it the Castle Rock Lighthouse? Just kidding. Is
No, it's
from
Derry.
the Castle Rock Entertainment?
Castle Rock's its own city.
Yeah, no, I know. But Phil, I think he's late for school and he's documenting all the planes that are coming to Derry Air Force Base, all the C-130s, as he rightfully points out. He's not crazy, just like everybody else isn't crazy, that there are a lot of soldiers coming in from all over the country to serve Derry Air Force Base. And there is the Red Scare and there's all that stuff. But then you get to what we wanted to get to, which was that whole thing at the end, I think, ultimately. The 3 or 4 soldiers that were in basically Fallout suits.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially.
There was 3 intruders in
And the
there.
hazmat.
Okay, that was a
radioactive.
wonky scene.
Yeah.
Can we all agree? Wonky. Because I just want to skip to the end of it. Let me ask this question first before I go to the obvious thing. Was all of that real? Or was that the people?
So.
No, I do think it was real.
Okay.
Pretty sure it was real,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was real. Very much reminded me of that episode of Doctor Who. Are you my mummy?
Are you my mummy?
What do you think, Doctor? Are you my mummy? I'm the Doctor and I will be your victim this evening. Are you my mummy?
For those who know.
I thought it was maybe like a hazing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to get to that next. Like, then what was it? Right.
Yeah, I felt like it was like a
It
hazing.
felt like a hazing at first, but then, I don't know. They just
give us the
walked out.
schematics. I was like, dude just got
That
here.
was my issue with that scene. Was they just left and they didn't
and then
bother
they
to
just,
go
like you
chase
said,
them
Bridget,
down. They didn't call nobody. They just sat there.
They just
was
rubbed
like-
dirt in it and they left.
What? And he
Right?
just
Isn't
got
that-
there. So he had one meeting and you assume he knows the schematics for the plane already and
Well,
has them
no.
memorized?
He was known for flying those B-52 bombers, which was new, and he had to know it inside out. That was the thing of it, too. Do you remember when General Shaw was talking him up? He was like, let me get this straight. You did this. There was the B-52 bombers up in Korea and all that stuff. And, well, we didn't finish the job. But he mentions it. Okay, so then I think in discussing this, is it the only way that those 4 people in that room in Fallout suits, the only way they would have known about that is if, and this is something I was suspecting when General Shaw was being way too nice, is if they spoke to General Shaw. Chain of command, handling of information. There is a mission-oriented chain of command when it comes to information.
Well, yeah, sure.
The whole racism aspect of it that you get from the one soldier.
Right.
I thought he
which
could
means
have been one of
everybody's
them.
in on it.
I just assumed Masters was one of those guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
but see, Masters is the decoy. He's the distraction.
So that's really what it's going to be. Because this is, again, this is also a theme for Stephen King's writing. Issues with race and like
Racism,
equality. And
Yeah,
there's a lot of it. But I think it's a red herring. I don't think it's going to be that guy.
Well, he's the red herring.
Yeah,
Masters
I don't
is
think
the
it's
red
going to be
herring.
him. It's going to be something completely unrelated.
Wouldn't it be funny if Masters ends up like turning his, righting his wrongs, and then everybody's like, "No, don't right your wrongs. We're really racist." Damn, I'm so confused, guys. What am I supposed to be?
He might end up being the unlikely ally.
Right.
Yeah, like I think it has more to do with like this guy just got brought in and he's above me.
Yeah.
Not like this guy
Well,
is
yeah,
black
yeah.
and he's above me. But this guy, no, I'm just
That's
saying
kind of-
that's what I think the red herring is. I don't know. That would be very blatant and kind of like, okay, really? Or
I mean,
is it
based
going to
on
be
the
more
time
subtle?
period they're in and where they are. I
Yes,
would
but is
say
it going to
that's
be more
pretty
subtle, like
accurate.
and woven through in like a different way?
Maybe it's Dick Halloran.
Say more. Because he's the one driving General Shaw.
My brain just short-circuited. Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
You're saying pointing the gun at him? Because we don't know his voice yet? Is that what you're saying?
One of the intruders.
Okay, I like this. That's more interesting.
I think it would really change the character that I think he is.
He only helped that little kid in The Shining because that kid was white.
I know, right? I don't think it's about racism.
I know exactly what Rachel's saying.
I don't think it's about racism at all. I think they're probably like spies for the enemy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because racism is the obvious thing. Right. And this is the thing about the series. Look at Marge, Lily's friend. She's making herself up. Oh, these glasses make my eyes look too big. Meanwhile, the threat of nuclear fallout is a turtle, Ted the turtle, saying, duck and cover.
Duck and cover.
And he's trying to eat a ham sandwich through the mouth hole, which is ridiculous. The thing we're supposed to be afraid of, we're not. And the thing that we are deathly afraid of is how we look. And so racism is like, we don't care about being racist.
I would assume this is very accurate to that time frame. Teenagers were still teenagers. Like they cared about boys and girls and like stupid stuff. You know, you just went to school and you're like, yeah, duck and cover. It's not ever going to happen.
True. Well, and then it's also reflected in the adults, though, at least in Derry, is that, well, these awful kids grow up into awful adults and then do awful things or let awful things slide, or we forget about awful things that happen to other people's kids while we don't care about our own still. So it's that Derry air. I keep telling you, it's the Derry air.
He's gonna make this joke so many times.
She wasn't here for that joke last time.
It's gonna happen throughout the whole series.
I hate you.
Just let it happen.
Just accept it. It's already, he's already cracked it like 4 times. He cracked it. This is the second time this episode. It's just you guys didn't hear it.
Guys, it wasn't me.
And I refuse to acknowledge it.
It wasn't me.
It's like,
just like the people in Derry, huh?
Yeah.
Bridget?
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
Well, going back to that scene, the trap that you were supposed to fall into was, whereas every single other show is a mystery. Oh, what does it really mean? What really happened that day? No, everything that's happening to this town is what you think it is.
It's right? Pennywise.
That's not what he wanted.
I know it's not.
That's fine. Shorthand Pennywise, longhand evil.
You're wrong. Pennywise is longer than evil.
No, but it's the fact that you know the answer, right? Isn't it though? You know the books, you know the movies. You've seen the movies. You're watching this now. You know what happens at the end of the film. Everything is what you think it is. Now, how did we get there?
That's the part that sucks. Is like nobody's gonna win.
Does it suck though?
We know Mike's father somehow makes it out alive to grow up and have Mike as a kid. So,
or is it Mike's grandfather? I think, right?
Mike's grandfather right now, but he's obviously going to have his father involved as a kid.
Right. Interesting times.
Can we bring up the references to turtles from the episode? Obviously, Bert the turtle is the duck and cover mascot, but then there's also the turtle on a bracelet. It says turtles are lucky. There's a big space turtle basically that exists outside the realm of reality.
Okay.
That is its natural enemy that they kind of referenced in the movies, but they never really went into like they do in the books. And I'm wondering if they're actually going to bring that up more.
I forgot about that lore.
Which is like the natural totem, basically, if we're talking about charms. Because it protects them.
It reminds me of that, what is that, Discworld?
And she didn't die.
That Terry Pratchett concept of like the world is like on the back of a turtle or whatever.
Kind of.
I totally forgot about the turtle thing.
In the novel, when the kids are fighting Pennywise, Bill gets thrown through time and space in his mind and speaks to this turtle.
Yeah.
And then when he does it again as an adult, the turtle is dead. Just an empty shell. And that's why Pennywise is still around.
In the movies too.
God, that's horrifying.
Right. Well,
okay. Yeah.
So
they touched on it visually.
Kind of, yes.
Nice, Rob. Would not have gotten that. I'm like the least knowledgeable.
As soon as I saw Bert the turtle, I was like, the turtle's here. I wonder if they'll actually bring the turtle in.
There's the rocket. There's the turtle. Duck and cover. 1 + 1 = 2. And then Rob's like talking about something that goes way beyond what I just said.
That's why we're like, shut up,
I'm
Dave.
the dumb guy. I'm the dumb guy on the show, everybody.
Dave's like, there's a rocket. Did you see it?
I gotta remember the name of the turtle.
Welcome to my level, David.
No, Rachel's just like, I see you. I see you. And I'll raise you. Nothing. I'm the smartest on the show. That's how I see you.
Definitely not me.
Yeah. Maybe in this series
Rachel.
you might be.
No, definitely not me.
She says that now.
You're going to know more than me, for sure, Rachel. You've read way more King than I have. Mainly because I find his books boring to read.
You are reading the wrong
get exhausting.
They're so long. They make for great media, but boy.
I would suggest one of his book of short stories. Those
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
get
those
to
are
the point.
bangers.
Yeah, those are fun.
Those get to the point a lot faster. You gotta sift through a lot to get to the meat of the books. But once you get there, you're like, ooh, I'm so glad I know all of this backstory about these characters because it makes the heart of this so much better.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah, it is.
Like Lord of the Rings
But
and
this part
The Hobbit.
takes a long
but see, I enjoyed
long time.
that. I enjoyed.
Oh no, I felt exactly
The what?
opposite of that. Lord of the Rings.
He said like Lord of
Tolkien.
the Rings, and I was like, oh yeah, but I
Oh,
liked
gosh.
reading that.
I feel no, Steve. I'll take Stephen King over Tolkien.
Oh my gosh,
100%.
watching
You must
like
Lord
it.
of the Rings was like reading Stephen King. It took forever.
Oh,
Okay,
come
touche.
on.
I love them both.
Touche. Touche.
You guys
That's
are
fine.
wrong. You're just wrong.
If you've ever read Typewriter to the Gods, which was Stephen King's
Did
first published work, it was in a Playboy magazine.
That makes so much sense. Playboy used to do that. What happened?
But it's a good little short story if you ever get the chance. You can find it in his like collected edition, like short stories and stuff like that too.
Wasn't that emblematic of it? Welcome to Derry. Also, on the surface, there's all these nude ladies, but underneath is a terrifying writer
Okay.
waiting to be discovered. He is the evil.
Rob, where do we go from here?
Stop.
So we're the Pennywise to Rob's.
Stop this here.
good
You
turtles.
talk to him.
Yes.
I'm gonna go over here.
Red and yellow is all throughout the entire episode. Every single scene has something red, something yellow in it. Red and yellow remind us of Pennywise.
Yep.
Pennywise
Yep.
representing the red and the yellow representing Georgie, innocence.
The raincoat. Yep.
His
But
yellow
also
raincoat. Those are the colors we
fear.
associate.
Fear's color is yellow as well.
Yellow.
Yeah. Don't you know your Green Lantern lore?
And fear, of course, is what Pennywise eats.
Suck it, Sinestro.
Touche. For those who know.
I know very little about him.
You knew that.
It's my husband's favorite comic book is Green Lantern. I
We'll
know.
talk later. It's
I know.
weird.
It's baffling. I told him it was weird when
It's
I met him.
interesting.
Right in the beginning, we see Maddie, and he is sucking on a yellow pacifier, and he's wearing a red jacket.
The pacifier that falls into the Pratt is pink.
No,
No,
it's
Isn't it?
yellow.
It's yellow.
It's
No,
yellow.
it's yellow.
Oh, is it just the color of the atmosphere?
So
I
there
guess?
were a
I
couple
think
of
that
scenes.
and the blood.
Yeah, there were a couple of scenes where like the coloring, the shadows, the darkness, it was a little hard to tell. And you might argue with me on some of these, but you will be wrong.
I could have sworn though. Okay, because I did pause it at one point, but okay, fine.
It might have been like a weird shadow over it, but no, it was a yellow. His jacket is red. We also see him later wearing a yellow hat and his red jacket. When we meet Ronnie, she's sucking on 2 suckers. Those suckers are red and yellow.
Oh.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the only thing that I took away from that, even though I did spot that, was that everybody was doing something shady. There's a lot of smoking going on, necking, all this stuff. And who gets yelled at but Maddie for sucking his, right? Everything bad is happening all around them. Nobody cares.
mean,
Nobody wants to speak
He
up.
was being really loud.
Compared to the people necking in front of the lady who could see the necking,
It's not the reason he got kicked out. He got kicked out because he's always there
Oh.
sneaking into movies. That's why he
Yeah.
got kicked out.
which further makes my point, which is like, okay, the people you should be ushering are the people smoking and necking and making noises.
Yeah, but
and the
smoking
lady
allowed to
yelling.
smoke
loud in
indoors
theaters
then.
Listen,
That was
yes,
allowed.
to a degree. I say that only because these are the kids that get pooped on because they actually are like minding the rules or actually trying to be
He's not,
an
though.
actual
He
person
didn't pay for the ticket. He snuck in.
Smoking was not banned in theaters.
until
It's 1970s. Suck it, Sinestro.
shoot.
Wow.
I thought it was
Boom.
early.
The voluntary ban started in the 70s, and it wasn't
Okay.
until actually like the 90s and 2000s for some states.
We also see the ushers wearing a red jacket, which is kind of, I mean, we see a lot
Stretch.
of like, yeah, I know. But the outside of the theater, the lighting choice all throughout this episode is very yellow. When we see a
Daytime
light,
Capitol Theater is red and yellow.
yeah, when we see a light of any kind, it is a very, very yellow glow.
In other
Even
words,
on the Welcome to Derry sign or the Derry birthplace
Home
of
of-
Paul Bunyan.
right.
Mhm.
That sign, Derry's in red. The lights are shining up in a very obvious yellow.
Was Babe the Blue Ox on there or not?
I did not
It
see
wasn't,
Babe.
right?
Mm-mm.
Because
Didn't
blue,
catch that.
right?
Mm-mm.
The only thing that would cut through the red and yellow is the blue.
Which we did see a lot of. There was a lot of blue woven in through all of this yellow and red. And if we know what blue means from The Walking Dead,
Innocence.
hope,
There was not a lot of hope in this.
The hope that kills
blue
you.
in the series. Yeah.
Speaking of blue, Phil, we see Phil wearing a lot of blue in this episode. The family's car that pulls up that Maddie gets into, it's pink.
Yeah, it's a pink Cadillac,
pink.
right?
I wanted it to be yellow so bad, but it was pink.
I wanted it to be Christine, but it wasn't.
That would have been cool.
I did too.
It was not.
No,
That was a
wasn't.
Ford Fury, I think it was.
I think Christine came later, though. I don't even think it was the same time period.
Not much after. It was like 64, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
thought, yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think Christine was a 64.
No, Dave was right. 1958 Plymouth Fury.
Plymouth Fury, thank you. So not a
Oh.
Ford Fury. The Ford Falcon was in Dark Winds,
That would have been really cool if it was Christine.
but that was 72, something like that.
The pregnant mother in the front seat, her coat was yellow, her dress was red. Arlene's coat was yellow, and she was wearing a red scarf. Arlene's
The
weird
liver was
daughter.
red.
The liver was red with blood.
Her fingers were red because she touched the blood.
The
slimy
baby, the
viscera.
demon baby was red because it was covered in blood.
But it was yellow skin.
Yellow skin.
I mean,
think
it
it was
did.
like gray.
It was like jaundiced.
It was gross.
Did y'all notice the size change from the demon baby from the first scene to
Yeah.
the last?
It did
It was
get
in my
bigger.
notes, which you can
Yeah.
download, by the way.
They made it the size that it was on the screen. So when it came out, that's how big it was.
Yeah. Can you imagine what Maddie would have been?
Oh my
He stepped down the
gosh.
screen.
If you didn't watch the behind the scenes after show, they show how they filmed all that, and it was this giant baby head on a stick.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So like the CG.
Yeah.
Be afraid, children.
And they were. Good on those
It
kids.
was pretty terrifying.
Good visual aid.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine this is a human baby head.
Like, all right, now get all the
I'm scared.
giggles out because come on, that's hilarious. The very next day, Teddy is wearing a burnt orange vest, which I counted
what?
as red.
She tried
what?
it.
I did.
Well, what is orange but?
Red and yellow mixed
Red and
together.
yellow.
And the shirt under it was yellow. It had like a pinstripe of blue. So Teddy had like a little bit of blue.
Oh, and then he bit it at the end. Oh,
I know.
keep thinking about that. It's like it didn't happen, but it did happen.
Lily is always in red or yellow.
Oh, she?
Lily does not wear a lick of blue. Even her hair ribbons are
Mm.
yellow
Mm.
and red. Her sweater's red. Her dress is yellow. Her pants are red.
She's Pennywise. That's why she survived.
Well,
Yep,
it makes
she's-
sense because she's still really deep in her grief. There's no hope right now for her.
Oh, none. She
Or
has
maybe she
zero.
killed her dad and she is Pennywise.
Well, she feels guilty. She feels responsible for his death.
Mm-hmm.
But no, zero hope surrounding Lily. No blue in her
Complete despair.
costume at all. We do see some blue in Teddy. Like I said, the little pinstripe. And then in another scene, he has like a dark blue jacket or sweater on over a yellow collared shirt. It's got some like speckles on it or something. Phil's
Mhm.
little sister, Susie. She's wearing red overalls and
Poor
she has
Susie.
yellow ribbons in her hair. Her jacket that she's wearing is checkered with yellow, red, and blue checks.
Oh, the innocent who dies. Kind of like
Mhm.
Teddy-ish. So he's dead. Okay. I'm like, can we hold out
No.
hope? It's like Nacho. Just put a Band-Aid on it.
I
Nacho
know.
from Better
I
Call Saul.
feel like yes, but
No, they're dead.
Pretty
Stop
sure.
being
And then-
Dave.
and
Pretty sure.
afterwards.
that really sucks because
Yeah.
I really like these characters.
I know.
Right? That's what I'm trying
But
to tell you.
We
Yeah.
know that the show is going to be about the Hanlon family.
Yeah, that's true too. I just
Yeah.
really liked Phil, honestly. I mean, I like both of them, but Phil had that comedic edge that I wanted to see throughout.
He basically was the stand-in for Richie from the original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yes,
they were supposed to
absolutely.
lull you into that too.
Yeah.
And of
Yeah.
course, I liked Teddy because he wanted to believe in Lily.
Yeah.
Lily desperately needed somebody to at least say, I want to believe in you.
Yeah.
Not like her friend, quote unquote,
She's
Marge.
very reminiscent of Beverly.
Oh, yeah. Lily's
Who wanted
definitely
to
our
be believed
Beverly.
in what she was going through. Yeah.
And even how they filmed
Mhm.
that last scene before things started to kick off,
Mhm.
they framed, it was Teddy and Lily in the same shot, kind of being similar in their despair, their grief. They both sniffled at the same time. There was
Oh, yeah.
obviously a pairing between the two.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Didn't Beverly hear voices through the pipes also?
Drain.
Sink
Yep.
drain.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Similarly,
in her
yeah.
bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because that's when her hair gets,
Oh, yeah, right. They should
And the
pulls
blood
it from the
starts
drain.
spraying.
Oh,
Fountain of
that's
blood,
the
yeah.
worst
Yeah.
scene. Oh,
I gotta go rewatch these movies. This sounds
I know, right? Teddy's also wearing a pair of yellow pants. And then the last thing I wrote down, I couldn't even keep up. I would fill my entire notebook if I wrote down everything that was red, yellow, orange, and everything in between in this episode. Maddie's holding the baby when he appears in the Music Man. The blanket is yellow that the baby's wrapped in.
I will say the light from the lampshade was very yellow in that room,
Yes.
especially when it was chasing him.
Right.
Oh boy. Imagine being
That was horrifying.
a Jewish kid, hearing about that and being like, that could have been me. Oh gosh. And then you see it.
And then his brother just opens the door and is like, I can't believe we're related.
So but that's the theme of the show, is that why are you hysterical? Show the image of yourself as that you can handle it. Sweep it under the rug.
He's not concerned at all. He's
No,
just
I
like,
know. That's meanwhile, like, kids are going missing, kids are getting killed, dads are in jarring factories, and
yeah,
like,
but this is
her
your little
dad.
brother. He's probably like, oh, I wish a clown would come and take you.
What family life did you have? I'm kidding. Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming that's what Stanley's father.
That's exactly what I would say to my brother.
Yeah,
so
we assume that's Stanley's dad.
Yeah, the brother is most likely Stan's dad because Teddy is Stan's uncle.
The more you look at Teddy's brother, he does kind of look like Stanley Uris, at least from the miniseries.
Yeah, he does, especially the hair. They style his hair exactly like Stanley.
So good. So
yeah,
good.
they did.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, Stanley obviously had more, at least in the miniseries, had the slicked back big hair, but the dad had the
In
Jufro,
the
more
movie, he's
period
got
accurate.
like, it's very like curly and it's kind of all sitting on towards one side. It's very 80s, but this looks similar in the way that he styles his, which is kind of interesting.
One last thing on the red and yellow was the cinematography, the atmospheric element of many scenes, people, anything you can actually see has that tint of red and yellow,
Or
kind
blue.
of a yellowy orange. In the absence of blue, except when it pops out because of the atmosphere, the derriere, basically.
The atmosphere.
The atmosphere of the derriere.
The atmosphere.
Permeating the town of Derry.
Now you sound like Moira Rose.
Yes, he does.
You sound like the South Park impression of that character.
What did she? Deadhead.
Short derriere on lariat.
Fly,
Derriere.
I do want to point out just the one face I recognized in this episode was James Remar.
Of course, legend.
Dexter's dad.
Oh,
Very
watch
he's
Dexter.
kind of like a legend in this space,
Very
really.
I know.
Time immemorial. Let's go through the one Easter egg that is probably the most important, because what is it about? A traveling salesman, professor, quote unquote, arrives in a small, unsuspecting town of River City. He claims that the new pool table is a telltale sign of brewing corruption that will lead to moral decay among the town's youth. Hill's solution is to save the children by creating a boys' marching band for which he sells expensive instruments and uniforms. He plans to leave the town with the money before anyone finds out that he doesn't know a thing about music. And the irony of the quote is a person warning of corruption is the biggest con artist of all, preying on the town's naivete. Now, what is that if not Derry in a grand scheme? Is looking for the excuse to not look at what actually happened. Or the excuse is the evil, is what's killing the town. You looking the other way is what's killing the town, essentially. That's the Music Man's premise in a nutshell. But the town wasn't all that bad, but technically Derry is bad. It's a reason why the Music Man, or Pennywise, comes into town.
I was in the Music Man when I was in 7th grade.
What were you?
Chorus. I didn't get a name. I was a townsperson.
Townsperson number 62.
Probably, yeah, probably.
You have a good voice, so
Well,
I
I just
bet
took up
you stood
space.
out. Did you say you took up space?
Yeah, my actual character, we were carolers.
Oh, well, see, it set you on the journey to The Walking Dead. She gets it now.
That
So
took me
Bring it full
dumb.
long.
circle.
Sorry,
So
that was dumb.
Well, more Music Man facts. The movie came out in 1962.
But it didn't come out until June.
Right. And yet, this scene takes place in January of 1962, 4 months prior.
Yeah, and then they watched
Exactly.
it again later. Yeah,
Which, again, liberties, whatever. Smoking in movie
It's just
theaters.
the way it happened in the Stephen King universe.
you're right.
That's how Stephen King remembers it. Let me sing the song that Ronnie finds out in the end. Ronnie Grogan. I was going to say Gorgon.
I don't remember hearing her last name.
It's on IMDb. Her
Oh.
father, Hank Grogan, is mentioned
Okay.
in the show, which again, she says that they were trying to pin Maddie's murder on Hank,
Mhm.
the
Well, yeah, because
projector
again,
operator.
racism.
The obvious thing is what
He's not
is the thing.
just the projector operator. He owns the theater.
Oh, he owns the theater. You're
Yes.
right. The profits,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
And then the usher's trying to tell him how to run his business.
I was like, this
Yeah.
is so
Excuse me?
disrespectful. But then I was like, it's Stephen King. Racism.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I would have fired that guy. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
No, but he cares
Get
about
outta
the
here.
theater.
Keep kicking
Yeah,
that
he
kid out
cares
of
about
here.
the business, Bridget. What?
I meant
You're
Hank.
awful.
Hank's a good guy. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, Hank's a good guy.
Sing
yeah.
your song.
Yeah,
Anyway,
sing your song.
Sing your song. Yeah, I'm going to break out into song. So, friend, either you're closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble. The word that Ray was trying to spell in the car, Ray, whoever, if he's real or imagined. TRA. And Bridget was probably like so infuriated.
No,
like
he was
Arlene.
like, TRU. And I was like, what an idiot.
Who's that person
You
in
were
your real
Arlene
life
in
that
that
had that
moment.
voice?
Miss Bridget.
Well, you got trouble, my friend. I say that any boob can take and shove a ball in a pocket. And I call that sloth. The first big step on the road to the depths of degradation.
It's like going into like the sliding scale of evil.
Is he? Because it just sounds like he's filibustering.
Basically, he's basically BSing the town, saying, well, one thing leads to the other. And before you know it, your son's a boozing mobster person bilking somebody for money for losing his gambling debts and stuff like that.
Okay.
Well, let me skip all the examples because there are many. He calls a gentleman and a bum with a capital B and rhymes with P, and that stands for pool, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember that part. Yeah.
And all week long, your river city will be frittering away. Men will be frittering. Well, and this is the part of the song that you actually hear in the movie. I'm thinking of the kid in the Knickerbockers, shirt tail young ones peeking in the pool, hall window after school. You got trouble, folks, right here in River City. Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. But the real most important part of this is, friend, you're either closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you're not aware of the caliber of disaster, calamity, indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. But it's Pennywise, or the evil of the town.
He was trying to blame everything on a pool, on billiards.
It starts there.
Yeah. But then he's saying
It escalates.
pool will, it's the gateway
this
drug
is
to
like
all the bad
war on
things.
drugs all over again.
But isn't that the problem? If you throw in a big distraction, you can pull the wool over people's eyes and then into the actual evils that are happening right before their eyes.
I know.
Literally, we're watching it happen
And
in
that's
real
why
time.
the moon landing didn't happen, Dave. Do you need any more evidence? That right there.
I feel like Samuel L. Jackson staring at you right now. The Black Snake moan. You know, the look, the meme, the gif.
I'm just saying.
Mm.
We didn't even have color television, but we made it to the moon. Okay.
It's not Dark Winds. You can't filibuster, Bridget.
Okay. Filibustering right now. Anyway, okay, that's fine. I don't really care about that song.
It goes
was
on, but
so
it's
boring. When I was up on the screen, I was like, oh, this is not a musical I would have watched.
What would you watch?
Very much
Do you like musicals at all?
1960s. There wasn't much other media at the time.
Yeah, I used to really like musicals. I went through a phase. Reefer Madness, the musical. It's so good.
Mm.
It's a hoot and holler. It's something to watch while stoned.
It's so fun.
Apparently, I've heard.
It's awesome. Oh, it's
So-
just a well done musical to begin with.
There is a cool nod, obviously, the reason why it's in this production. Remember the Maine, Plymouth Rock and the Golden Rule. Right, so Maine. Oh ho, we got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15 numbered balls is a devil's tool. Devil's tool, the people say.
Okay, sure.
A trouble that starts with a capital
Okay.
T, which rhymes with P, and that spells pool.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but okay. It's
All
so
right.
Kind of
dumb.
catchy. Oh, this is funny. Okay, so let me go to the word that Marge says,
Okay,
which
I was just going to ask you, what is
had
it?
me.
Okay.
What is this word? Ginchi.
Oh, yeah, it's
It's-
Ginchi.
Ginchi. I never heard this term.
Really?
No, not at all.
No.
And I was like, where
Oh.
does this come from? And it will surprise you where it actually comes from.
I've definitely heard it used before.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
I've never
Rob,
heard that
I'm
word.
with you. Well, and then again, I'm an immigrant person. So maybe I'm not a worldly person as I thought I was. I missed out on some key words. Ginch. It's a dated slang term from the 1950s for something or someone that is the coolest, most attractive, or most impressive, meaning to be admirable for one's appearance or actions. While primarily from the mid-20th century, the word is sometimes revived to describe something particularly stylish or excellent, and it comes from the Ukrainian word for underpants. Or crotch. The ginch is the crotch.
Did not see that
That
coming.
can't
Instead
be
of the
right.
cooch.
That's 100% right. When I kept double checking because it didn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right
And
at
yet
all.
it is. Well, in the what is dig but Irish, basically. Dig'em. It's
Oh,
from
yeah,
our
you dig.
immigrant friends.
Yeah.
How about that?
Like you dig?
Yeah, you
so
dig.
dig'em is do you understand in
Mhm.
Irish or Gaelic? Can't remember which. All the cool things are from immigrants.
There is a difference between Irish and Gaelic.
But it comes from Gaelic.
Correct. Gaelic is
Right.
like the old language.
Right.
Irish is a newer, more current, and more widely spoken now.
And probably more vocabulary too.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I imagine like the English language, we're always adding words.
Yeah.
They were cool like
I don't
that.
speak Old English
Yeah,
anymore.
that's why we have the word bootylicious now.
In the dictionary is what you mean, right?
Well, yeah, that's
Activity
good.
and
Yeah. On fleek, probably. Maybe.
Oh, my word.
I don't like
Right,
it
it
when he
is-
does it. It
Grown.
makes me cringe. It's like when you say like Riz or
Me?
6'7" to Silas. It's like I feel like
He
Silas in this situation. I'm like,
hates
"Ugh."
it.
Okay.
Well,
He
that's
hates it.
how you kill that meme. You do it back at them, and they go,
Mhm.
"Oh, my parents are doing it. I'm not gonna do that. It's not cool anymore."
I never sounded so
Exactly how you
old
do it.
this weekend when my niece and nephew were going 6'7", 6'7", and I'm like, well, no, that's not where it gets bad. It gets bad when I go,
It's so dumb.
I'm like shaking one of them, going, "Where does it come from? Where does it come from? What is
And they don't know.
6'7"?
They
They're
don't know, do they?
Tell me,
they don't
give me
know.
an education.
They don't
I
know
wanna
where it
what
comes
sk-
from, do they?
do know where it comes
It
from.
started from
Yeah,
when
I do.
they know it's from Skibidi Toilet, basically. Because
No,
I asked
it's
them.
not.
No,
No, it's
Isn't it?
not. No,
Oh.
that's not where it comes from.
But it has tangential threads to the dumb stuff that they see, basically.
yeah, I mean, most kids probably don't know where it comes from because
Yeah,
it's just
they don't
passed
know where
down.
it
It is
comes
the
from.
cool
It's
thing
just-
to
they
say
just
after
hear
a
it.
They're
certain
just
They
point.
think
repeating
it's
I
stuff.
guarantee you they have
Yeah.
no idea.
I never
Just
sounded
like,
so old in my
just like that
life.
whole phase that when people were saying "bye, Felicia," nobody knew where that came from either.
Oh, I knew
And
where
And
that
I'm
came
like,
from.
what? Well, that's because we watched the movies.
But the resurgence
they-
of it is wild.
I know.
Right?
And people are like, "Bye, Felicia," and I'm like, "Don't
do you
use
know
a
that's
phrase
from?
when you don't know where it's from." It drives me insane. No, 6'7" comes from a Skrilla song about a basketball player
Okay. All right. Believe it.
The
It's fine.
gesture also comes from the video
from the video. Mm-hmm.
of him
What
weighing the
video?
scales of 6 or 7 or whatever,
Yep.
and
Oh.
it just kind of blew up into a meme. And yeah,
And now it's funny because kids say it. And
Now it's
people get
And they
hilarious.
have
so
no
mad.
idea that that's where it
It's
comes
so
from.
funny.
I know. And it's dumb, but it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Silas and I researched this last week.
We all did dumb things when we
did,
were
I
that
know.
age.
That's what makes me
And
feel old.
Maybe they weren't as dumb as we might think that things are now,
They
but
were pretty
Listen, they find 6'7" as
Twitters.
funny as we found 69.
dumb. Yeah,
69 at least is funny. It's still funny.
it is still funny.
We're all giggling about it now.
Don't
You're
include me in
right.
this.
You're
I'm not
right.
100%
It's
sure
my
if I'm
check-in
on
number
board
at
this
work.
train.
And so when I received it, I went up and I was like,
69.
because it always reminds me of Bill and Ted.
Mm.
He's like 69 dudes.
Every time I see a 69 or pay $69 or whatever, I send a picture of the receipt to my friends and we all go, nice. Like, that's all it is.
You know what? I'm on the train. Yeah, because when Bill and Ted happened, I did not know what it meant, and yet I still thought it was
Yeah,
funny.
oh yeah, we all said it.
Mm-hmm.
There were dudes who went on Price is Right, and that was the only number they would bet. Would be, I'd like to bet 69, Bob. Like,
So over my head.
They thought
So
it was so
over my
funny.
head.
Oh, they did it with
Wow.
420 as well. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real? When?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Modern
Oh,
times or
When
When I
Bob
was
Barker
back in
was
the
still
80s?
around.
Yeah.
wow. Touche. I did not know that. I didn't discover what 420 was until maybe my 20s. Immigrant child. Not that
Dave,
worldly.
it's not. Don't blame your immigrant
I'm
status.
going to blame my parents on this one.
No,
Just
no,
like
it's
the
'cause you
people
were
of this
a
town.
Nerd,
No, I
Dave.
live in Derry now.
You're a dork.
Fine.
You have no
All right.
riz.
I have the
We're
yellow
all-
ring. Fine.
We're all kind of dorks. There's two things that I didn't bring up yet that I wrote down. The Paul Bunyan reference.
Major Hanlon is reading the newspaper just before
Mhm.
he's settling in for the
And they're
night.
talking about putting up a Paul Bunyan statue,
Correct.
Mm.
which we know that statue later in the
Mhm.
movies terrorizes Richie.
Beep, beep, Richie.
Yeah.
Chop, chop, Richie.
So that was one of the Easter eggs. This one I found online, but apparently there's a piece of graffiti on one of the bathroom stalls.
when Lily and Marge were talking in the stall.
Did you see
so
it?
blurry I couldn't catch it.
Okay. It's a heart, and inside it says Alvin Marsh.
Oh.
Bevy's father.
Alvin Marsh is Bev's dad.
Oh, weird. Who would like
Interesting.
that guy?
Well, maybe when he was younger.
Yeah, he's just like.
But I forget what it was.
You're
Yeah,
just
it was gross.
Your daddy's
home,
little
Murphy.
girl, right, Bevy?
Yeah,
Wow.
your daddy's little girl. You're,
You're
my
still
little girl,
daddy's
right?
little girl, right?
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's great. That's great.
Willie's Alvin Marsh. Gross. Good catch. And there were little things. If the kid was named Tom, I would have pooped bricks. And if he tried to spell Moon, because
I would have died. I would
Tom
have
Cullen
died
from The
laughing.
Stand.
That
Yeah.
I
would've
would
been
have
awesome.
died laughing if he had said MOO. That's
Because when he started spelling, like, wait, is this a thing? And then I like, in the note taking session, I'm like, oh, sure, he's going to look. Oh, damn, it's not Tom Cullen. And obviously, if he's dead, he can't be Tom Cullen. So
Yeah.
little things like this, like, wait, is that a thing? And then you're 2 hours later, you're like, well, I'm going to be late, guys. I'm taking too many notes.
Right? Juniper Hill Asylum. That's a recurring location
Where
throughout
Lily
the-
was recovering.
Mm-hmm.
I also found it interesting that she did not visit her father's grave a year later from when he died. And what do you think
Still
that is?
hard.
Just so we can dwell on that for a minute.
I don't think it's weird.
No, I just said she's still very much in her grief. She blames herself for her father's death. That's a really hard pill for a kid to swallow. And the other thing is that her mom is right. She didn't go through it alone. Her mom lost her husband. It's just as hard. Now she has to raise her daughter on her own. But Stephen King has always been really good about playing, depending on how old you are when you watch it, I feel like maybe changes the way that you feel about it.
Yeah, because even you saying that.
When I was younger, I always sided with the kids. Always.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm an adult, sometimes I'm like, no, you're wrong. You're being kind of a dick.
But then you remember being a kid and also
yeah, I do.
an adult, and you're like, wait, but she's the mom and she should know better.
But he's really good at encapsulating kind of both sides of that, which is testament to his writing capabilities, honestly. I'm like, are you okay, Stephen King? Like, are you okay?
No.
Do you see a
No.
therapist? I'm worried.
Well, his writing was his therapy.
To go to your not Richie, but it is Richie, being the space cadet, but it's Phil is the Richie stand-in.
Mhm.
He's wearing a
Yeah.
space cadet watch, first of all. He has a sort of drawing of a Mars attacks like alien. And then in that same shot, he's holding a death ray.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mars Attacks didn't exist until I was a kid.
But I think Mars Attacks is a take on aliens from the 60s, like the big
I guess, yeah.
exposed brain
It's meant to be.
aliens
Yeah,
in
of course.
bubbles.
Yeah.
Polly and Leroy, the two friends, obviously, Major Leroy, Captain Polly Russo, they're kind of like Ebony and Ivory. They're polar opposites. One's the pessimist, one's the optimist. I think some of that's going to come into play. We never even finished talking about that scene with the Fallout gentlemen who are bilking Hanlon for the specs for the B-52, throwing the dirt in it. And then even Polly, it's a gun versus a pipe. Yeah, you run off, which makes me even suspicious now of Polly.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't really think about that.
That gun might not have been loaded either.
Yeah, it might have just been a scare tactic.
Right. And look, maybe they're going to go to sleep and report it in the morning. Why wouldn't you report it right now and sound the
That was
alarm?
my
They're
biggest
intruders
issue.
on base.
And the other thing is that it leads me to believe that they're from base, because how else did they get into an army base?
Which goes to the theme of the show. There's no mystery here. It is exactly what you think it is. It's the folks that are on base. Who it is a whole other story, right, Rachel? It could be Dick Halloran. There is graffiti on Teddy Uris's locker as well. Teddy Urine sucks balls. It's a character of him with a big pair of scissors cutting off his winky, and there's a little piece of the winky.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
well,
terrible.
Graphic.
blink and you'll miss it.
I saw the Teddy urine. Yeah, I didn't look at the
Sucks
rest.
balls. Yep. Chicken Walk by Hazel Atkins is played as the airman paints a pinup wearing a devil's cape, holding a paintbrush, which I thought was kind of interesting. It actually goes to the town. It's the fight between creativity and the devil, basically. It can go either way. It's the struggle between degeneracy and beauty. There's imagery there that is very playful when it comes to the bomber that he's painting the character on.
On submarines, they're called insignias. It's like each submarine has a name, but then there's also some sort of like painting that goes along with it. Walt Disney did some of them during like the World War II era.
It also kind of looks like that tattoo art too of the time.
That's the Americana Sailor Jerry style traditional tattoo.
The traditional, yeah.
Yep.
The letting out of the fart, and it wasn't me. After Marge and Lily had that fallout in the bathroom stall.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Yeah.
It was random.
I was like, what?
Just throwing a random fart joke in.
Right?
And then that girl's like, it wasn't me. And she ran out.
And
I was
just
like,
runs
what?
away.
They're both like,
What just
yeah,
happened?
it was.
Well, imagine if they did say something, she could just as easily rat. It's like mutually assured destruction. She could easily rat them out for what they were talking about in the bathroom stall.
It made me think it was somebody hiding in one of the bathroom stalls. There was more than one stall and they only went into one.
True.
And it's like the most rookie mistake. You have to check the other stalls if you're going to talk about something sensitive.
They can hear you. Also, Phil talking about Lily behind her back. You're yelling that she's crazy
I know,
to Teddy
right?
on the lighthouse. But it's a similar energy. Oh, here's another cool Easter egg. The comic book that is thrown across the room by Teddy's father is the one he's reading in the next frame.
Flash.
Well, is it the Flash?
He
Either
throws
way,
the Flash. He's reading Detective Comics.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So he throws the Flash. He's reading Detective Comics. It is the one which features Clayface. Clayface is a villain who can change his appearance for a period of time to be anything he wants to be. Pennywise. And the town pretending to be something else.
I think he was
evil.
Batman's first villain.
Yeah, Clayface is from Batman.
One of
Yeah.
Yes, which was Detective
Batman
Comics.
came from
Detective
Detective
Comics.
Comics. Yeah. I want to say that the bucket full of muffins thing was something, but I don't know if it was. I wanted to look it up, but there was no time.
Well, he made up a book title so that she couldn't find it.
But I think that's actually a reference to something, but I didn't have time to check it out. But audience, if you know bucket full of muffins is a thing that is actually a real thing, and this is something that Phil says to his sister Susie to get him off his back about the library facts.
Did you know there's over 100 books in here?
Over 100.
Okay, wrap it up, Dave.
I'm working on it. I might have close to 100 books.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after these messages. We just thought we'd remind you to show this episode some love by tapping that like button, if there's one to be tapped, subscribing to our podcast or channel, and if available, enabling all notifications, and sharing the show, or clips of it, with everyone you know. And don't be afraid to reach out. Leave your questions, feedback, ideas, or even concerns in the comment section. There isn't one? Head on over to ratethispodcast.com/squawkingdead and leave your thoughts there. Rating our podcast is the best way to get our attention because it also boosts our visibility. And we'll probably address it in the next episode too. And if you think there's something to what we're doing here at Squawking Dead, tip us over on Ko-fi. As a token of our appreciation, you'll receive forever access to our Discord, along with 30 days access to our uncut episode and interview recordings, plus our pre-squawk insights. Take your support further. Join a membership tier on either ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead, and you'll unlock access to more channels on our Discord server, receive shoutouts at the end of every episode, and depending on what tier you join, the ability to join us on camera and mic to break down future episodes alongside us. Thank you for hearing us out and making it this far into the episode. We now return you to our regularly scheduled podcast. Great first start, and I'm glad we, at least in the unedited version of this, we got this to just about 2 hours, so which means it's going to be much less.
207 according to my screen.
Which is not so
According
bad
to
considering...
my calculations.
According to my calculations. Nerd. So, that being said, everybody, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Me berating my fellow lovelies, save for Rob, because he's the best.
Because I called you a dork earlier. You're just mad about
Nerds,
taking it out on me.
We are the Losers Club, folks.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I guess you guys are
we
losers.
occupy a strata of belief in this title, basically.
I guess you guys are losers and I'm just here. It's fine.
Sure, Phil / Richie. With their comedic
I'm trash
timing.
mouth. Oh man.
Yeah.
I actually,
Well,
that's a compliment. Actually, I'll take that.
I know, Ray, you wanted to be Richie Tozier, but
I did.
for the Phil, forget his last name. Well, no, I mean you were singing his praises the entire time,
Oh, yeah.
so can't always get what you want in Derry.
Okay.
And with that, everybody, you like literally don't. You get the opposite of what you want in Derry air. So take care, everybody.
Derry.
Derry air, everybody. Everybody. Well, I've been your host, David Cameo, and I was joined by
Me. Cosmo109.
Bridget, you can find me at youtube.com/@punkybrewster. That's PUNKYBRUISETER.
And Rob, you can find me over at Rob Stuffin' Things on YouTube and TikTok primarily. Go there.
That's right.
Go there. Do the things.
I'll get on YouTube more eventually.
Send him mean comments like you're from Derry.
Yeah. Just comment.
Rob
Engage.
gets really nice comments.
Do beep
actually.
beep, Rob.
For the most part.
Yeah, Rob gets like,
Beep,
dude,
beep.
do you have this in your collection? Please tell me.
All the time. You know the thing I get the most? Do
Yeah.
you have, what's his name? The
Do you
Walker
Wayne-
you cut up in guts.
Do you
Wayne Dunlap.
Oh,
All the time.
Wayne Dunlap.
And I'm just like, yeah, I do, guys. I don't, but sure.
But yeah, I do.
It's sending day. It is absolutely sending day. Because of the stupid.
Wayne Dunlap.
All the time.
Oh, thank you for your guts all the time.
I'm gonna tell my wife and kid
Bye,
about
everybody.
you.
Yeah.
And then not do that.
What, you mean RJ? RJ Michonne? We don't know. Anyway, bye, everybody. We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Until next time, Derriers.
Goodbye. Goodbye and good night.
Thank you so much for making it to the end of yet another episode of Squawking Dead. This one discussing Welcome to Derry's series premiere titled The Pilot. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And we've already discussed a handful of shows that we are going to be covering in the next several months. And we'd like you to weigh in on it too. Join a membership on either Ko-fi or Patreon to head on over to our logistics channel so you can participate in that conversation. If there is something that you'd like us to cover, well, you can always leave a comment. Obviously, we will take those as well. Or send us a rating or review on ratethispodcast.com/squawkingdead. And we'll probably relay that in the next episode or shout you out on social media because it's kind of the thing we do. Also, like we said earlier, check out our merch store on squawkingdead.com. Hit the main menu and choose shop merch and hit the new merch. And you'll see all the lovely little collections that we have. And you've reached the part of the podcast where we shout out our Whispers and Survivors members, focusing only on the former because we don't have any of the latter. In the Whispers tier, we have at Kim.Rowley, the number 1 on Facebook. And of course, Rob, who joined us on this episode to discuss The Pilot. I highly recommend you check him out on TikTok, as he mentioned earlier, at robstuff_n as in Nancy_thangs. And the Walkers members are on the screen right now. If you're watching this on Spotify video or YouTube, I don't know if you could tell, but I was very jazzed about this series, and we're getting ready to record the second episode, which came out on Halloween. To our surprise, we sort of forgot that it would. So we're gathering on 5 o'clock on Sunday, Eastern US time, to discuss it in our studio. We'll be posting the details of that recording session right after I publish this episode on YouTube and podcast platforms. If you want to join us in the chat as we discuss this episode, you're welcome to. You don't have to join a membership tier or tip us or anything of the sort. You just have to make sure to follow for free our Patreon and Ko-fi accounts. It's only platforms we post the link to our studio session. We don't post any of these links on social media because it's for the real ones. The real ones will follow our Ko-fi and Patreon page and be aware or apprised of all the things that we've got going on in the background. Obviously, we have a lot more conversations on our Discord server, but for sessions or polls that we've been putting up a lot more frequently, and questions that we have to our general audience that aren't on our Discord, we highly recommend you just follow for free on Ko-fi or Patreon. That's ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead. We really appreciate it. And we really appreciate you listening, watching. And until then, just remember that you, me, and everybody are Squawking Dead.